so much going on. Questions and requests going strong. Tonight, I'm doing the scratch paper set, man, live stream tonight. The scratch paper, the culmination of all the scratch papers I've done thus far. Scratch paper, the little performance series that's been available only on my Patreon. I've been working out material under a series called Scratch Paper, and tonight I'm headlining a venue in downtown, and I'll be going live, pulling together the best of that series. If you've been on the Patreon, you already know about the scratch paper. But if you don't, because you're not, now you're aware. And tickets for that, of course, I don't imagine people can make it in person, but you can still watch. I'm selling the access to the link to the live for any amount of money, and then other fixed tiers. There's a donation, pay what you want, that'll get you into the link, that'll get you into the live stream. There's also a $5 tier that'll get you into the link. It'll also give you access to all the previous scratch papers that I've done in the series. There's been 10 of them so far. So I've done 10 scratch paper performances. Tonight is the big scratch paper before I start all over again with volume 2 of the scratch paper. So that's dope. I'm excited about that. That's going down 8 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. But this questions and requests. I know my Venmo and Cash App information might scare a motherfucker that, you know what I mean? You ain't got to do nothing. You ain't got to tap into the shit that's just available for cats that do. You know what I mean? I got to make it available for more than free. You know, the free shit is on Instagram. You on Instagram, you can go to my homepage, 36 clips. You got 36 clips. You know, it's 36 clips. That's roughly 15 to 30 minutes of content that I'm recycling and cycling. 36 clips. If you want anything more than them 36, come on over to the Yatreon, where you'll not only get the full versions of them clips, but you also get exclusives like scratch paper. You know, the scratch paper series was me working out jokes with no thought process, maybe a loose idea, you know, and I put that under the scratch paper playlist, and I did 10 of them. I did my 10th one about a week ago. No, it was earlier this week. It was Monday. I did the 10th one, and tonight I'm headlining that same venue I did on the 10th, the 10th scratch paper. I'm doing the full set tonight. So I'll just keep reminding in this live, but this is questions and requests. This is throw your questions out. I'm going to respond to them or send a request, and I'll accept the request. I see my brother Speed, my brother Speed up in here. He been tapping in with the 36 clips. You've been tapped in with the 36 clips. You should join on over. You should check it out for 1 month. You know, you should put me on a give me a free trial. Give me a paid trial for free. Give me the 1 month, and then cancel your subscription. I still got stuff in the free tier that I throw up, but it's definitely worth the $6.99, especially when you see what I do. Exclusive for the Patreon leads to other bigger things. On the Patreon, my special Grand Blessings, exclusively available on Patreon. My full-length comedy special. Working on another one. Footage from that new one went up today, a part of the 36 clips package. So That's something that's in the works, but I'm not trying to give it all up for the algorithm like that. I'm not trying to give it up for the algos. That's not, that's not how it goes. We over here, and I'm not waiting on their monetization. So tap in with the scratch paper. The link. I'm gonna share the link with whoever give me any amount of money can tap into the live stream. Of course, the live stream will be available after the stream is over. You have the link, you have the access. Any amount of money can get you access. The more money though, if you get the ticket on the Eventbrite, it's already, you get the confirmation and you get the extra links in the confirmation email. So you get the link to the live stream and then the bonuses depending on which package you bought a ticket for. But you ain't even got to deal with Eventbrite. You can send it to me direct and get the same access. If you want to get a ticket for tonight, but also want to access the Patreon content without subscribing to the Patreon, there's a link for that too. You can either tap me direct. That's going to be a dub. Drop a dub on that. You drop a dub on that, or just go subscribe to the Patreon. Also, because the Patreon subscribers get the link is included, including they get all the content that I'm sharing, or you can, get it through Venmo or Eventbrite, all the content that's been shared on Patreon, or just go to the Patreon, subscribe for 1 month, and then cancel your subscription after, or renew your subscription. It's up to you, but this is set up for you to enjoy scratch paper tonight, but for your lowest amount of money or whatever you can afford. I understand everybody can't afford everything, and I don't want to sound like a begging ass individual, because I'm not begging. I just invested, and so I need to get my returns, because I put in on it and it's worth something, because the algorithms keep showing it. That's why I keep rotating the same 36 clips, because every time I drop them, they gonna show it to more people that's not in my follow base. They gonna show it to people that they want to see it, because they got people that want to see it. But I'm not seeing no dividends, and I've already cashed out. Like, the high quality, the good quality shit, the editors, the edited video, stop it. So anyway, this not me begging. This me selling. I'm not begging, I'm selling. And if hey, if you broke, I get it. If you fuck with my shit, if you fuck with the 36 clips, then you'll definitely enjoy the real in real life experience. The in real life tickets for tonight is available if you in the downtown LA area. You can get that all on the scratch paper link. But throw some questions in the chat. I didn't set this live up so that I could be doing the sales drive. I had some agendas. The unsustainability of likability. I'm thinking about calling that likability is a Ponzi scheme. But what else is a Ponzi scheme? I had some Ponzi schemes. I had some shit that I identified as some Ponzi schemes. Likability is definitely a Ponzi scheme. Likability, I figured out likability was a Ponzi scheme when I saw a book that said how to win friends and influence people. I'm like, damn, if you got to buy a formula that you selling, then I'm sure you got different packages of the sales. I did perform when I was in Santa Cruz. I was performing on a regular in Santa Cruz. I was performing Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think some Thursdays too. But yeah, I worked on some material. I worked on material about Santa Cruz that I haven't really been sharing in my repertoire, because I got that for another. If you've been to the Golden State Greats, if you've been to my Golden State Greats show, I added my Santa Cruz material. In my Golden State Greats, the Golden State Greats show, comedians from California, the West Coast wildest and wittiest comedians shining in a dope ass way. I put my California jokes all in that series, all in them performances. That's something I'm working on later with a bigger California. How long was I in Santa Cruz? I was in there for about 7 weeks. I was out there for about 7 weeks. And then it was weird too because I was also in LA and the Bay. It was just I was living in Santa Cruz for 7 weeks in hotels and shit on you know my regular ass gig. And the money I earned on that regular ass gig paid for some more production work and some more shit that's gonna be up on the Patreon. See how it's all cycled in to me spending money, and the algorithm it's monetized on the algorithm, but the monetization ain't clicking. It's worse than streaming. I saw somebody, I don't know who said this, I tried to screenshot it, but I refreshed and the whole thing disappeared. And this was the perfect fucking tweet. Or was it, I don't know what kind of message it was. I forget even what platform I was on. The post said, I found a dime on the floor, picked it up and said, wow, this is worth 1,000 streams. Like, goddamn. Same shit with this platform. That's why I'm rotating 36 clips. I'm not feeding these motherfuckers nothing new. Because every time I post it, they show it to new people. So I'm going to keep showing it to new people till they show it to the millions. And in the meantime, the people that's here that fuck with it, they can access. If they fuck with it, they would want to fuck with, you know, the access that comes with the subscription. $6.99, you could do that. That ain't nothing, especially for an artist, a comedian that you fuck with that's dropping exclusives outside of these platforms. This is the little free dope, the 36 clips in rotation, and then yeah, like I said, it don't gotta be. You ain't gotta renew. You ain't gotta. You ain't gotta pay me out the whole year. You ain't gotta subscribe to me the whole year. Tap in for 1 month, or like I said. Maybe you don't want to fuck with the Patreon, you know. Maybe you don't want to do the subscriber base. Send me some shit direct, and I'll send you the playlist. Where the content goes outside of them. Cause yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna limit you to the options. You could even get a ticket on Eventbrite. You can even get a ticket to access that on Eventbrite. The link is in my bio. It's the first link in my bio. And yeah, so it's a live stream going on tonight. But like I said, you get the ticket in the ticket confirmation. There's more links. There's more value and ways to just I'm just opening up lanes. I'm just opening up availability for cats that want to fuck with me more than here on any level. $6.99 is too much for some, so throw me what you can afford or what you think the value is, and I got a package for that, and that's why I got the Venmo and Cash App all down there. If it's Cash App, in the description, let me know how I can contact you back, because they don't have messaging on Cash App. Let me know how I can contact you back so that I can send you the shit that matches up with the value of what you sent me. Now, if you're getting into big value, I do got merch. I do got t-shirts, hoodies, crew necks, and all of that. But it's gonna be based on what you giving. I got stickers and all of that. I don't need big. I'm not trying to knock down $100 donations or pledges or none of that. It's available, and I got shit for you if you do. But the goal is to just see me somewhere other than Instagram. See me somewhere other than this spot. I exist here so that I can run it up somewhere else. For sure. 36 clips in rotation. 36 clips, 36 chambers, 360 degrees, all of that. Yes. It's a lot of value in 36. Yeah. I don't even know why I came up with 30. I think 36 clips was just like I was looking at how many clips I did and was like, damn, I should just stop. 36 is a nice number because I was doing an inventory of like what clips I was posting. And like I said, they're all there. You can see them. You know, a couple of them doubled up and some of them I took down that I won't put back up, but you can still see them in my reels. For no other reason, for no specific reason. Damn, just had some whole bodily function. But the Ponzi schemes, man, Ponzi schemes. Likability is a Ponzi scheme. You know, I recognize likability is a multi-level marketing scam. I saw a book it was called Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. And if somebody could sell it as a formula, they sell in packages. And I read this book, not because I was gaining, I was just curious to how people gain me, you know? And some of the stuff, it was like scientific, and I see people perform what was offered in this book, and I was like, damn, it's kind of gamified. Once you gamify likability, are you even likable, or is this a projection of what I've been conditioned to like? It's a mind fuck. And so I know it's a Ponzi scheme. And then a movie came out called How to Lose Friends and like do the opposite of influence people as like, I don't know, it's like a satire. I don't know. I never saw the movie. Because you're not going to get me to pay. I feel like that was a part of the Ponzi scheme. If you read the book, you got to fuck with this movie. And it's all a part of that's what I'm doing over here. You know, it's all a part of the, keep you in the house. I got you in the entry level shit. I got you with my 36 clips, so to speak. So yeah, likability. It's really genuineness over likability. You know, you gonna like me or dislike me, but it's me that you liking and disliking. It's not a persona or something that I'd have manufactured or crafted for the goal of being liked. You know, genuineness, authenticity, so that I can like myself. What else is a Ponzi scheme? Ponzi scheme. Zodiacs is a Ponzi scheme. I figured out zodiacs in astrology. I figured out that was a Ponzi scheme when I started seeing people talk about moon signs and earth signs and sun signs and your other signs. And I was like, well, hold on, how many other signs would have happened to just the sign? And they said, nah, that's just the free trial. You got 12 other signs. I'm like, yeah, just like a Ponzi scheme. I get in, now I gotta bring 12 people. Yeah, Ponzi scheme. You done got me. They got you with you got me with my regular zodiac, and now you gonna get me again with these 12 other zodiacs. I gotta either pay you to get more information about, or I gotta pay you some attention, or I gotta give you some data. All of this energy is my currency, and so you know what I mean. It's an energetic Ponzi scheme that may have some financial functions, but it's zodiacs is a Ponzi scheme for sure. It's multi-level marketing scam. It's a multi-level marketing scam. that was too hype. I sound like a conspiracy theorist. It's a multi-level marketing scam, brother. Ponzi pyramids. Got too energetic. Lost margarita right out the gates. So likability is a Ponzi scheme. Zodiacs is a Ponzi scheme. Erectile dysfunction, I think, is a Ponzi scheme. They selling you the idea that your erection is dysfunction. That shit work like clockwork every morning. Ain't no erectile as long as, tell that to me at 7 a.m. What's the dysfunction? No, it just ain't functioning how the person in front of you think it should function. But what they not telling you is what they not telling you is you not in the mood for that, or they not acting right to unlock the erection. And so they're gonna sell you the dysfunction of your erection more than they selling you the dysfunction of the situation and the circumstances that's not producing an erection. That shit ain't sexy, nigga. The shit that's yo, it's not a dysfunction within my erection. It's a dysfunction in this environment. Shit ain't acting right and it ain't looking right. It ain't smelling right. Guess who not going? Little me ain't going. I don't need to pop a pill. The pill is a mental thing to put out to mentally block yourself from the standards that you and you would have made an agreement. Yeah, nah, it ain't a dysfunction. It's functioning exactly how it's, yeah. So erectile dysfunction is a Ponzi scheme. They got money attached to that one. They selling that one. They as soon as you gotta challenge the concept, it costs money to challenge the concept. Ask your doctor. That's a conversation with your doctor. You gotta talk to your physician. Ask your physician. But when you ask your physician's not gonna ask if she acting right. Ask your physician about erectile dysfunction. None of the questions they gonna ask you, hey, was that bitch acting right? That's not what the physician is going. They gonna ask you. Man, whatever. Hey, what other Ponzi schemes are there? Hygiene and bathing. I know it's a Ponzi scheme. I recognize the Ponzi scheme. They logged right on off on that one because they ain't the hygiene wars. I realized Ponzi scheme of bathing and hygiene when, I was running late and had to skip a shower. Sometimes you had to skip the shower to make things happen in your day. You miss out on money being late, skipping the shower, skip the shower. And the woman I wanted to fool with went in for the hug and hugged me and told me how great I smelled when I knew I didn't take a bath. I knew I didn't shower. And she hugged me and complimented me on my scent. And she was one of the types of women that I would be wanting to smell this scent. And I didn't know nothing about pheromones because I couldn't even tell her in that moment that, damn, I ain't even showered today. You like this? What is even a bath? Now, I'm not going to set out there and prove it wrong, but I'm not going to prove it right either. That's just, and that's the Ponzi schemes. That's the Ponzi schemes that I've just identified on here. I've got more Ponzi schemes. I'll set up a Ponzi scheme series just for the Patreon, just for the exclusives. That'll be another set. That'll be another set of hilarious musings I'll stitch together in the future. But the Ponzi schemes, I for sure got a highlight. I did do one of the Ponzi schemes, the Zodiac Ponzi scheme, on one of the AnyiMalik and folks that has yet to premiere on the platforms, but it will be premiering. Grand Blessings, my comedy special, available exclusively on the Patreon. We got an offer to distribute my special. I rejected it because there wasn't no money attached. It was like a record label deal that they had where I would have to recoup costs or some percent or some weird that had no upfront money, but they had a spending budget. And I was like, well, give me the budget. No. Give me the budget, or give me some budget, or make the budget bigger to float me some dough, because nothing from nothing leaves nothing, and we put in for the work. We put in for the product. Hey. So before I make Grand Blessings available to the public, I need to complete the next project that I'm gonna pitch. So I got another project. I got like 3 projects in the chamber ready to go. But before I release to the public grand blessings, I wanna get some money for it from the public. So that's gonna be probably it's gonna be a Indiegogo or crowdfund / ticket thing / support my promotional partners type of thing, where you can get the special exclusively by doing XYZ, and by doing XYZ you're funding the next project. Boom. I need a better way to articulate that, but I'm working on it. But more questions and requests. What's going on? Brother, are you in Santa Cruz? And once this coffee's gone, I'm up out of here. But yeah, tonight, 8 p.m., wherever you are in the world, scratch paper, the full scratch paper set. This is the culmination of volume 1. We took 10 scratch papers, and tonight I'm performing the full version of scratch paper. See what I've been working on and see how it works, and see how I work it into something that works greater. And you can get that. The link is in my bio. It's available on Eventbrite. Tickets on Eventbrite, or you can tap in with the Venmo or Cash App. You can. It's several ways. It's pay what you can afford, or $5 or $20, or with the Venmo and Cash App, whatever you want, but something from something. You got to put something on it. Throw something on it, and you get something back from me, more than them 36 little clips that I got in rotation on my timeline right there. And I got the 36 clips. I got them scheduled. They gonna be scheduled every morning, 9:30 a.m. The same 36, one of the same 36 is dropping right there on the timeline. They gonna run it up again. This one, the one that posted today, it's already at 1,400 views. It's no interactions, like 4 interactions. Like 15% of my followers. So that means it's being shown to more people outside my base than inside my base. That means they've seen some value in my content. More value than what is being shown to me. But I know the value. That's why I'm rotating the same 36. We just rotate 36. So if you like my comedy and you like it for free, it's all there for the 36 clips. And it will remain. I'm just rotating them shits. I'll see what was the most recent one, the bottom one. You want to know what I'm going to post tomorrow? Go all the way to the bottom of my main grid. The last video there is going to be the first video that posts tomorrow. And I have no problem telling this portion of my blueprint. What the results of my blueprint will be. I don't know what the results of this blueprint are going to yield. But I tell you, the cause of this blueprint is in that I'm not gonna keep delivering new content to this platform that ain't really. They want me to pay money. They want me to pay money to advertise to my own people with my shit that I paid for. It's too much. You're tripping. And then every time I post, though, they do show my shit to more people on the sneaky side. So, so I set up the lane for monetization. I'm gonna just beat this 36 clips down. I'm gonna beat it down to 10,000 followers. I get 10,000 followers, I might start introducing new concepts into the 36. But for the meantime, hey, 36. So 36 clips in rotation, man. You just get 36. That's for free. that's available. That's the culmination of all the work that I've put in thus far for free. I've done way more work than is available on these 36 clips. That's where we get into the monetization. That's where we get into live shows and shit like that, you know. So yeah, I'm a Ponzi scheme, I guess. I'm my own Ponzi scheme. You get your entry level, you get the free trial. The free trial is 36 clips. That's the free trial. And it never expires. Your free trial never expires. It's right there. The free trial is right there on my profile. Free trial on the profile. 36 clips. That boy is so wild. 36 clips. And if you want any more than that, you just, yo, I'm not asking for the big bank. I really want volume. You know, I'd rather have 100 people pay me $1 than one person pay me $100. You know? Because that's where I'm at with my goal is more volume than impact. And of course, yeah, I don't need one $100 subscriber. I need 100 $1 subscribers. Type shit, you know. The shit is $6.99. Hey, 100 people subscribing $6.99 is gonna make me feel better than one person dropping $1,000 on the project. You know. So yeah, tap into my Patreon. Subscribe for 1 month. Well, the numbers matter, but the numbers don't matter. They matter, and that's the other thing, man. They say men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. Right up until somebody used the numbers to tell lies. That if I show you these numbers and tell you that it means this, you know, that could be fact, that could be fiction, but you're using the numbers. You know what I mean? And so, my goal. The goals is more important than the numbers. The goals is more important than the numbers. So my goal is volume. Right now I got a few Patreon subscribers. It's not overwhelming. You know, I want to bring that number up. You know, if I could bring the number up, that could finance some better quality productions. You know, that could finance a tour. That could finance a whole bunch of other things. But it's more about the volume. You know. Than the tier. I can't undersell it, so I can't make it $1. You know, I can't make the subscription. I can't even open up that tier. But if you got $1, I'll take it and give you something of some value beyond them 36 clips that's sitting on my front page. But the free trial is 36 clips. That's the free trial of my comedy. I'm multi-level marketing. I'm a Ponzi scheme now. I'm a Ponzi scheme myself. Ponzi schematics. So tonight, Scratch Paper is happening live, 8 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I did want to get in here. I talked about the unsustainability of likability, but it kind of transferred into the Ponzi scheme conversation. There was a conversation I wanted to have about females not respecting boundaries, you know what I mean, like sexual harassment type shit, you know. That's a conversation. I'm not gonna, I had it on one of my other lives, but I'll extend that later. I want to talk about aliens. Yeah. UAPs and NHIs. Yeah. I'll do that in a future situation. The Twitter exodus over to Blue Sky. Yeah, I'm on Blue Sky. I think I put my profile in it, but I'm AnyiMalik on all platforms except for TikTok. AnyiMalik Talk on TikTok. AnyiMalik TOK on TikTok. The irony is that you write your poetry on scratch paper. That's how the scratch paper series came to be. I got my notebook. You know, it's a journal, but it's scratch paper. I write stuff on scratch paper. I'll jot down an idea on scratch paper. Within my notebook, there's more scratch paper. And I'll go on stage. I'll write from the stage sometimes. Like, I won't have the idea fully fleshed out. I'll go on stage with a great deal of the funny part. Because I never started comedy writing jokes. I was being funny. When I try to be funny, it's not as funny as me just being authentic and honest. Or what's even hilarious is when I'm trying not to be funny. That's when I'm like, let's be serious. Like, I can't even do it now. There's nothing to laugh at. But you know that feeling yeah. So I do really well with that. Sitting down and laboring over shit that's funny, I have a better time just remembering what made us laugh or what made me laugh, and be like, yeah, that I'm cracking up at that. Let me write this down. So I'll write from the stage a lot of times, or I'll write something on some scratch paper, and then I'll perform it under the scratch paper title, so that I can look back at it and say, oh shit, okay, that was funny. Now if I bring this part in quicker, or do an act out on that part, or do this, that's me editing. And so tonight is going to be the culmination of that editorial process, performed live downtown LA at the Living Room on Main Street, with live streaming exclusively on my Patreon, or the unlisted YouTube. It's an exclusive stream. If you have the link, you got it. But if or if you want to be there and you're in downtown LA, you could do that too. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I got to do a little bit more. I gotta get even more organized. So my whole left brain, right brain function is like, okay, creative. Okay, now let me sit down and tell the people. Let me set this up so that the people can find it. That's business. That's like, if I don't do none of this, ain't nobody doing this for me. Ain't nobody setting none of this shit up to where I could be having exclusive content. That's me. But if I make some exclusive content and don't tell nobody that, hey, after 36 clips you can go over here, you know what I mean, then it's lost. And now that's bad business, leaving money on the table, leaving viewership on the table, leaving fandom on the table, leaving fan service on the table. That's business though. But I can't think too much about that, because then it'll take me out of the creative. So once I get off this live, I got almost the rest of the day to get back into creative mode, to get organized and really dial in on this scratch paper set. And deliver it to the scratch paper. It's a scratch paper special, And so that's going. I'm excited about that. Yeah. So the dance between the logical and the creative brain, it really just be like, it kind of almost meld on each other sometimes. I don't get creative for business purposes, but the business is definitely creative. The logic the logic has some creativity in it, and the creativity got some logic in it. It's the best marriage of the yin and the yang. You got any more questions or requests you want to send in? You on split screen for the conversation, or ask me any questions as I get ready to close on out. 36 clips available, free, all day, every day. I am from the Bay Area. I am from Oakland, West Oakland. I'm going to be returning to the Bay Area December 5th, 6th, and 7th. I'll have some information about that coming up. Radio silence is a sin. I'm trying to think. I'm forgetting something. Something's being forgotten. but I'll remember it later. Cash and attention grabs. That's filed under the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. I avoided it, and I'm glad I avoided it. I didn't give none of my focal energy to that, and I feel rewarded for having had bypassed that. But I think that topic is gonna go to the wayside now. It's been a week, and that shit's already old hat. Radio silence is a sin. Yeah, you can't be quiet on the radio. But I did have a brain. Sometimes I got to take my time, you know. And radio silence is a sin when they have advertisers, because that could be sold. That space, that 5 seconds of you not saying nothing, could be somebody would pay for that airwave. But this ain't that. So ain't nobody, you know. So I can get some silence for me because it's me footing the bill. Oh man, I had to cover that logo. No free promo. So yeah, tonight, Scratch Paper, the full performance of Scratch Papers. The Patreon got all the exclusives. You already get it. If you already a member of the Patreon, all you got to do is log into your Patreon to enjoy Scratch Paper tonight live. If you don't want to fool with the Scratch Paper, with the Patreon, but you want to be there for Scratch Paper from wherever in the world you can tune in, grab it on Eventbrite. Or hit me with the Venmo or Cash App, and you'll get that link. You'll get that access. It's practically free. You know, you can pay as little as $1, man, or you can mess with the tiered packages in the ticket link to access different levels of value. You know, yeah. Somebody was complaining about a comedy club in L.A. asking them to book for a booking and not paying, saying it's unpaid when they ask. And I understand the complaint. I appreciate you tapping in on Venmo. I can't see it because I'm using the same device I use everything on. So, but when I get over there, I'm gonna send you, based on what you sent, I'm gonna send you the corresponding. Items. But somebody was complaining about unpaid comedy shows. And I used to feel this way too. I used to be upset about unpaid performance opportunities until I devised, and if you go on my threads, I had talked about monetizing unpaid sets. Most notably, I turned an unpaid friends and family development spot booking from the Comedy Store into $50 by leveraging my guest list. And I don't give a fuck about exposure, man. Exposure, because you do your own exposure, and they don't expose you, and then everything after the exposure you have to capture and retain. And so a lot of times they only offer you quote unquote exposure because you've already exposed yourself. You've already been exposed, so they want to siphon or help you. It's not, nobody's giving you anything, not even exposure, you know. But I was able to turn my unpaid booking there into $50, which is not what they pay for the bookings already. I think it's like, you know, 25 to 35. I don't know. Depends on what tier you are in with them. But I was able, and that was just the most notable. The Comedy Store is just the most notable venue that I did this with. Anytime I'm unpaid or underpaid, I'm going to generate my own link. I'm going to generate my own link to where people can buy my tickets and pull up on my guest list, or they can buy a live stream and pull up from wherever they at or access the shows after. So I'm no longer complaining about unpaid performances, because I've figured out a way, I've devised a way to go directly to the people that fuck with me and sell a ticket to either that show that you're not paying me for to perform, or I'm gonna sell the live stream access to that show that I'm not being. And you know, a lot of times when I do that, I'm going to generate more money than what would have been offered. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And so on that note, I appreciate you tapping in. Excellent Exposure is a poem by Talam AC about venue promoters. Well, let me look at it. I'm gonna look at it. Let me write it down in my scratch paper. Speaking of scratch paper, tonight, the scratch paper special. Full performance, 8 p.m. Tickets available on Eventbrite for the live stream and the in-person. The live stream, you can access the live stream for as little as you can afford, meaning like $1, or you could run it up into $5 or $20 levels and gain access to exclusive content beyond the 36 clips that I post here on this Instagram timeline. Talam AC, Excellent Exposure. And I'll if I catch you, I'll read this poem, and it might be a different discussion for the future. Comedy shows are definitely a Ponzi scheme. Comedy shows are a Ponzi scheme. Not comedy itself, not comedians, not comedy clubs per se. Comedy clubs could be a Ponzi scheme, but they are the Ponzi schematics. They are but comedy shows are a Ponzi scheme. Yeah. But I'll talk about all the Ponzi schemes later. We talk about all that later. I appreciate y'all that tapped in. Big Speed, I appreciate you. Big Al, you up in here, I appreciate you too. Tap in monetarily for the exclusives. Greg, I see you. I see you got the joint. You ready for tonight? Consider the Patreon. And yeah, that's it for me, man. I'm gonna run up out of here.